This is Andrew for the Chosen Prime with a video review of MakeToys Remaster MTRM-06 Contact Shot, which is their Masterpiece styled version of the Targetmaster Autobot known as Pointblank. Here you can see the figure on the right. He is quite tall, like their other remaster figures. He's about 9 inches to the top of his ears here. As far as weight, he's about 14 ounces, so while I don't feel any noticeable die cast in him, he's a very hefty figure, very much like Cupola as far as his weight, so it's not very hollow at all. You can see here's his box. It's kind of standard for other remaster figures with lots of detail and showing off the accessories. Contact Shot does come packaged in a nice little clamshell here in his robot mode. As far as the accessories, Contact Shot does come with his Targetmaster partner, Peacemaker here, which does transform. He comes with this little kind of engine winged part, which I'll show off in a little bit. Comes with a nice set of instructions to show off his transformation. And then the final bit of accessories is he comes with some alternate faces and heads. So this is the default face that Contact Shot comes with, which is based off of his toy and the Japanese Headmasters cartoon with the kind of the 2 set of ears. So he gets a normal looking face, and then he's got one that's yelling here for this head. But alternatively, in the US G1 cartoon, he had this style head, as well as in the comics, where it's got this little like fin. And so he comes with 2 other faces for this one that are not interchangeable with this head sculpt. One where it's just kind of normal styled, and then one that's yelling. I'm going to show some closer up detail for these in a little bit. So let's go ahead and show off some detail here for Contact Shot. Taking a closer look here at Contact Shot, you can see he is pretty much spot on to the Japanese animation version of Pointblank from the Headmasters cartoon. Very sleek looking. Robot mode here, not many hollow spots at all. Nice, just overall clean design. Looking at his legs, again, nice bits of detail here along his legs. His kneecaps here, some flame details from when his his vehicle mode. You can see there's no hollow bits for his leg. There's these nice panels. Just overall, really striking, and pretty much perfect Masterpiece version here of Pointblank. As far as his eyes here, you can see he's got some nice metallic blue eyes that reflect quite well in this light. His head is on a ball joint, so it's got a lot of posability side to side, as well as it can rotate. The arms here, these little kind of shoulder guards here, are on a hinge as well as a pivot hinge, so they can move up and down with the arm as well as rotate back. You can see here the arms are on an outward hinge as well as a ball. You have a upper arm swivel. Double jointed elbow, so again you can kind of move the arm and then move this panel out of the way however you see fit. The wrists here can rotate. What set of fingers that can open up. He can rotate at the waist, nice and stiff. He does have a pretty nice ab crunch overall. Strong ratcheting legs outwards. And if we move this little panel away, forwards and back, so a whole lot of range of movement there. Very stiff and strong knees here. This ratchet is really strong. Upper thigh swivel. As far as the feet they can pivot side to side. It's actually pretty stiff, it's not loose. And then the toe can move forward as well as back. He does have a pretty nice heel spur here in the back. So overall, nice looking robot mode here. As far as his accessories, like the G1 toy and part of the Autobot or the vehicle mode, there is this kind of winged part here, which has a peg here, which just matches the arm. So you can have it peg onto the arm, kind of like the G1 toy did. Alternatively, you can take this little cannon piece here that he comes with, and you just push it up into the arm like this. You can have him have a weapon on his arm if you like. Again, it's optional. He does have his Targetmaster here, Peacemaker. It's got a nice channeled piece here that matches the channel in the hand, so it's just a matter of kind of sliding him into that channel, and he'll hold Peacemaker here very securely. Part of what you can do is, this is the default kind of Peacemaker configuration with the kind of thinner barrel. But you can also take this part from this weapon and take it and then just slide it on, and then you can get kind of a more G1 accurate barrel there just with this extra little piece. And then finally what you can do here is there's on this wing part, there's this little clip that rotates up, And we can take it, and then here on the kind of canopy part here, we just kind of hook it over the part, and so you can have this little kind of backpack and storage there. And you can leave the red gun barrel plugged in there if you like. As far as I can tell, there is no way to kind of mount his Targetmaster here on the hand as you know it was in the Japanese cartoon. You have to kind of have it be sitting with the pistol grip in his fingers. There's no way to kind of hide these hands, as far as I can tell. As far as his alternate heads, so here's Contact Shot's default head, which again is very evocative of the G1 Japanese Headmasters cartoon. Very similar to the toy. To change it out, we just lift up on the helmet here and pull out this faceplate. We can replace it with the screaming face. This particular one just seems a bit loose, but it's a matter of just kind of getting that in place and then sandwiching the head back down on top of it. And we have a screaming version of Contact Shot's face here for some bit more dynamic action poses. And then the alternate head and face you can use, and we'll start with the stoic one. One, it's got more of a visor kind of look to it versus separate eyes, but then here's his alternate G1 comic and Rebirth head, which has that little weird fin here that you can use if you'd like to have this version. Very similar almost to the head that was on Crosshairs. And then alternatively to this head, if you lift it up, we have the kind of more open mouth version here of Contact Shot's face here. Again, kind of depending on whether you want the Japanese or US version here of Contact Shot. As far as posability options here for Contact Shot, again with the nice stiff joints and solid build, you can get some very dynamic poses out of this version of Pointblank. With the ab crunch and the head and just the way that you have that these pieces move out of the way, you can get Contact Shot here doing some really nice dynamic poses overall. Just looks cool. Standard nice effort here from MakeToys for the remaster line like usual. Get some really solid looking action poses out of their Masterpiece style figures here. So let's go ahead and take a look at his transformation into his car mode. To transform Contact Shot here, first we want to remove the shield piece here as well as his Targetmaster, get them out of the way. Lift back these shoulder pieces back, they actually hinge backwards. Take the arms here, you want to push them up so that the forearms kind of get collapsed all together like that. Rotate him around, flip his head around, pull down on this canopy piece here, lift up on this part right here. You can see there's two little tab parts here that match pieces on his torso here. And this piece here, we want to rotate it 270. So rotate it forward till it hits this point, and then rotate it a little bit further. Take the head, feed the head through here, and we want to essentially hide the head and rotate this back so it's like that. Take the torso here, rotate this around. You want to open this piece up, and the way you do that, normally you can't lift it, is push up on these two pieces here, so you can kind of open this up, flip out this little piece, and kind of push this back for now. It'll be part of the kind of front of the car. Rotate this forward. Rotate the hands so that they are kind of angled down this way. You can see how this hinge splits. Rotate the arm this way so that we can get to this little panel here, which will rotate 180. And if we look, and we have it coming in like this, there's actually this little blue tab that will match this kind of silver part right here. So this will peg in and lock the arm against the side of the body. So we'll kind of go through it a little bit clearer on this side. So fold the arm down, rotate it so that this piece is kind of the inside, flip this 180, and then match a key up that blue panel to the kind of clear canopy here, locking the hand into place. Now we can take these car parts and kind of fold them, and there's a tab hole here that matches this tab. And we do that on both sides. So this is all basically tabbed in for now, but it'll lock into place once we finish the legs. So let's take this canopy and fold it up out of the way for now. It is on a double hinge. Come down to each one of the legs. The inner panel here will untab. You can see there's two tabs here. and it'll slide forward out of the way, giving us clearance. Flip this panel out. The leg itself, the blue part here, if we push against the thigh, will slide down and out of the way. Take the foot here, straighten it out. Flip the toes here so they're inside, on the inside like that. And then there's this little kind of winged piece here that matches a tab hole, tab slot in the leg. So we want to hinge this piece up into this space. Come to the thigh here and push it and slide it. And then we want to take the entire leg here and ratchet it forward. And again, it might be a bit stiff because this ratchet's so strong. We want to hinge this so it's like that, so then we can take this panel, slide it down, and hinge it all the way forward onto his back. There is a red tab here once we get it fully secured that'll match his spot here on the underside of his torso. And then there is this blue tab on his arm here that matches the tab hole on the part of his foot here. And it's a matter of just kind of getting that lined up. And then there's a tab here on this piece that matches the front of the car, but we'll come get that at the very end. And that's essentially how you do this leg. This panel will fold in, closing and tabbing onto the back of the vehicle, and this piece here will fold in with this red tab matching this arm. So it's pretty easy once you, and intuitive once you do it the first time. You can kind of see how it all fits. So we'll come again to this leg, untab the inner panel, slide it down, open this panel, straighten out the foot, fold the toes here inwards, slide the blue part out away from the red so you have clearance to then take this piece and hinge it and tab it into the side. Push the leg out so it moves it further away here. Ratchet it, again very stiff ratchet. Push this panel so it moves towards the back, and just kind of get it so that it folds fully onto his back. There are tabs here in the back of the vehicle that once we get it all lined up will tab and lock together. The leg here will then tab into that blue tab on the hand. This panel will fold in and tab and lock to the arm. And then it's just a matter of finishing touches. Again, these little tabs here will match the front of the vehicle. So for now, move this back. And just make sure that you kind of get it all lined up. And these will lock and tab together once you get all the different pieces lined up here. It'll be a nice solid front. Make sure everything's pegged in together. I want to take the steering wheel part here and fold it down so that like this little steering wheel is pointing this way, like that. Take the canopy, and there are tabs. There's a tab in the front here that'll sit flush. And there's his car mode, most ready to go. We come to Peacemaker, unpeg this cannon part here, and reattach it to the engine part. And then there's this blue tab here on the this kind of exposed engine part that matches the tab on the new kind of gun part here to add the original G1 wing parts right there. And here again is Pointblank in his very nice futuristic car mode. Lots of nice detail, very clean overall. His wheels here do spin freely. They are kind of a silicone rubber, so they are nice. They do all spin very well. Again, very nice detail, very evocative of G1 Pointblank with all the different paint and detail pieces. He does have little kind of launcher pieces here that can be a bit tricky to lift up. But if we lift up these parts of his feet here, you got these little like either kind of launchers or headlights, kind of up to you. And then we'll take a look at Peacemaker. Transferring Peacemaker here is pretty simple. We want to come to the handle part here and untab it from the side here, rotate it down. This gun part here, the barrel, will fold up and then fold in on itself and tab and lock itself onto his back. There's a little tab hole here on the side of the gun. Locking it down. The legs will open up and hinge downward. Normally they lock into his shoulders here. And we rotate his head around, and you can see you get a nice little blue visor. And here is his Targetmaster Peacemaker in his robot mode. You do get some ball jointed hips, ball jointed arms. The arms can bend. You can see there's little fists on the inside there. And if you'd like, you can take Peacemaker, and we come down there to Pointblank, open up the canopy, move the steering wheel forward, take this guy, kind of to get him bent down a little bit. And he can be kind of positioned to sit here in his vehicle mode. We slide down the kind of steering wheel that way, goes the canopy, and he can drive around in a contact shot here. As far as I can tell, there is no mounting point for Peacemaker in his gun mode. Like the G1 toy, there's no kind of point. But overall, very nice looking version here of Masterpiece Pointblank. So let's go ahead and take a look at comparisons for this guy. Robot mode comparison for contact shot with some other Masterpiece Headmaster characters. Here we've got MakeToys Remaster Cupola, which is their Masterpiece Chrome Dome. And here we've got Iron Will, which is also their version of Hardhead from MakeToys. So you can see that they all match this scale set aside by the Headmasters Japanese cartoon, where they are this taller figure, and how, you know, here are these common Masterpiece and Targetmaster characters, all of the same overall scale, all have the same nice detail. I will say that contact shot is definitely easier and more intuitive to transform compared to Cupola and Iron Will. And you can see that MakeToys is making strides and just making excellent versions of these Japanese Headmaster characters. Vehicle mode comparisons, similar to how they are in robot mode, there are also larger vehicles that all scale well here. You can see how well Cupola, contact shot, and Iron Will here look. They look really nice as Headmasters styled and scaled versions of these characters. And they all seem to fit stylistically, they all look good, all look futuristic, you know, both from Rebirth or from the Headmasters cartoon. They all seem to work quite well here as side by side in their alternate mode scales. And here you can see how the Targetmaster matches the other MakeToys Headmasters from their remaster line. Same overall size and detail. A bit more posability out of Peacemaker in the middle here with a posable head, but same nice detail and scale for their Masterpiece Headmaster figures. Comparing contact shot here with some other Masterpiece figures, both official and unofficial. Mind you, Pointblank did not show up in the same cartoon as Optimus Prime or Jazz here, but to give you an overall idea of how the figure scales, he is this larger kind of Autobot scale that matches kind of the Chrome Dome Headmaster scale from the Headmasters cartoon. And just you can see just how large this figure is overall in his robot mode when compared to these other Masterpiece style figures. Now, of course, Pointblank didn't show up with these guys in the cartoon, but here you can see how well contact shots vehicle mode compares to Prime and Jazz here. You know, with the robot mode being so much larger, how this futuristic vehicle is larger than your average Autobot car. But he still looks great amongst these figures, and especially the Season 3 Headmasters figures. Some final thoughts here from MakeToys Remaster MTRM-06 Contact Shot, or their take on the Masterpiece version of a Targetmaster Pointblank. Like I said earlier into the review, this is kind of the perfect Masterpiece version of this character. The build's there, the paint's there, the look, the transformation. You get both the Japanese accurate and toy accurate head. You get the US cartoon, Rebirth cartoon version of the head. It's solidly built. It builds upon and improves upon previous releases like Cupola and Iron Will here. And it's a really solid, excellent version of this Autobot character from either the the Headmasters cartoon or the Rebirth cartoon. Just a really excellent piece, just fun to play with. Contact shot here is currently available from the Chosen Prime. If you'd like to add this Targetmaster to your Masterpiece collection, he does come recommended, so take care.